Atheist Roundtable, a gathering place for rational people.
Funny pictures and videos.
Profound atheist quotes.
The religious going crazy.
The latest news.
World domination.
Casual discussions.
Baby eating.
The ultimate forum for a lively dialogue. Come join the fun at atheistroundtable.com.
Hello Infidels, this is OnStar reporting for AtheismTV. For videos about my views on news, politics, religion, and more, go to the OnStar channel. For information and news about atheism, keep it right here on AtheismTV. Our farewell sex law story originated in Egypt. Last Monday, the Infidel ran a story about a law giving Egyptian men the right to have sex with their wives up to 6 hours after their death. Since our stories are written days before they're aired on YouTube, changes can and do happen. In this case, one of the original sources broadcast a correction on the same day we told you about the supposed necrophilia bill. As we reported, the Egyptian National Council for Women did issue a message against the, quote, farewell sex law to the People's Assembly speaker. The next day, 2 Egyptian media outlets came out with the story. The newspaper Al-Ahram published an editorial on the woman's appeal, and On TV did a report on the same topic. By the second day, the news had reached the Saudi television news station Al Arabiya. Then foreign observers noticed the story and it was presented to the rest of the world. By the end of the week, people all around the world had heard about the farewell sex law. After all, the sources were solid. The Egyptian Women's Organization did send a missive about a farewell sex law to the Speaker of the Egyptian Assembly, and 3 Arab media reported it. Not only that, but the Moroccan cleric Zamzani Abdul Bari, who was mentioned in our story, did make a speech in favor of men having sex with their dead wives 1 year earlier. Although he did say that it would be tasteless, he also argued that it was legal. The only problem with all these things is the women were reacting to a rumor based on some facts. Laws that push back women's rights toward the Dark Ages are indeed on the books in Egypt, but not a single one is about farewell sex. As far as Egyptian politicians and some analysts are concerned, this rumor was an attempt by pro-Mubarak activists to ruin the reputation of the newly elected parliament. Would God set himself on fire? Ask yourself this question: if you were God, would you light yourself on fire? After all, Jesus, who supposedly was God himself, did end up willingly on the cross. And so our next story is about a man who thought he was God setting himself on fire. But some say it's more of a case of a megalomaniac Jehovah's Witness whose unstable mind pushed him to self-immolation. All of the above applies to a 43-year-old man who set himself on fire on April 23rd in the Russian town of Nakbino. He is currently in critical condition and hospitalized, having burned some 70% of his body. While the precise reasons as to why he did such a thing are still unknown, his son has divulged that his father thought that he was none other than God himself. Some people do speculate that this may have something to do with his motives. And as mentioned at the beginning of the story, this self-immolator also happened to be a Jehovah's Witness, a member of a religion that has a tumultuous history in Russia, the old Soviet Union, and most of the world. Can Christianity and Islam coexist peacefully, even in a developing country? If we're to go by the news we're fed by mainstream television, this is certainly not always the case. However, Tanzania has provided us lately with a reminder that it's not an impossible dream to achieve. The 2 religious groups have now been coexisting in this country for a very long time, and in spite of what most people would expect, both sides have peaceful interactions, largely due to such things as a common education system, mixed communities, and intermarriage. Nowadays, there are still occasions when people of both faiths find themselves at odds with one another. There are times when extremists on both sides attempt to provoke each other. Fortunately, both communities have been able to move past these difficulties, and a current focus by the Tanzanian government is to encourage interaction and discussion between Christians and Muslims in order to further improve their mutual understanding and friendship.